Welcome back. You're on the Craig Collects channel. Today is World Coin Hunt Wednesday, and it's the second week of our mini hunt through the coins my colleague Jay gave me. So let's get into it and see what we find today. So before we start the hunt, you'll see we've got a new wrap for sticking coins on. It came with a coin exchange thing for opening coin rolls, and it's all thanks to Andrew from Games and Coins, another member of the coin exchange community. So thank you, Andrew. I appreciate this greatly. If you haven't got into coin exchange yet, if you're an Australian coin collector, find coin exchange on Facebook and other social media channels. It's a great community for Australian coin collectors. All right, let's start off this week's hunt with New Zealand, 1967 the year. Decimal currency was introduced. This is the 10-cent coin with the definitive and the 1 shilling to help Kiwis understand the difference between the old and the new. And we follow that up with 1 rupee. This looks like it's Sri Lanka. Yes, Sri Lanka. 1 rupee from... Is there an English date on this? There is not. I will be using the date calculator, which is linked in the description below, to work out what date this is. And the new Mr. Annotations will have already told you what that coin is. Back to the USA, following it up with 1 cent. Is there marks on this one? D for Denver, 1995. 1 penny, 1 cent, USA. Alright, 1971, 10 cents from Singapore with a seahorse design on the back. That is pretty cool, I quite like that. New Mister will have told you all about that. Alright, another New Zealand coin here, 1979 this time. This is also a 10-cent piece. Dirt on it there. Lovely find. Back to the USA with another 1 cent coin. This one is 1981 Denver mint mark. 1981 is a good year if I do say so myself. Alright, we've got something a little bit different. Nope. Another 10-cent piece from New Zealand, 1982 this time. Alright, how about now? Let's find something a little bit different. Let's start off in Canada. 1 cent, 1980. Canada. There we go. 1980 1 cent coin from Canada. Followed up by some palm trees. This looks like it's possibly UAE or Dubai, somewhere in that part of the world. There are dates on here, but I will be using the date converter to find out what that is exactly. It's a pretty cool shape though, and I do like those palm trees. Here's something which looks a little bit different. Oh no, back to Sri Lanka, 5 rupees from 1984. 1984, 5 rupees. This one's got a little bit of an edge inscription in Sri Lankan script. That's a nice gold coin to find. I do know there are some other different ones in here, but looks like we are sticking with Canada, 1982, 1 cent, not in the best of conditions, but it's a different coin. go. 10 cents, 1978. This is Sri Lanka. Or possibly still Ceylon back in those days, not 100% sure, but you must will have confirmed which one it is. This is aluminium. It's a very weird feeling. Okay, is this a little bit different? This is a little bit different. This is 1993 from Rain Kick In. There, we're going to say Switzerland again, 20 rapping. I think we are. You must all have told you whether I got that right or not. Alright, this looks well, I was going to say this looks a little bit different, it's just dirty. This is a 1979 5-cent coin from the US. On current look, it doesn't appear that there is any marks. It'll be Philadelphia. What else is in here? Here's a quarter. I'll say 1965 quarter. I want to say again, no mint mark visible, so that's Philadelphia. So, interesting find. 25 cents, 1982, Sri Lanka. That's a very small coin when you compare it to, say, the 10 cents. Very interesting difference there. We've got a square coin now from Sri Lanka. This is 5 cents, 1978, from Sri Lanka, possibly still Ceylon in 78. It's followed up by New Zealand 5-cent piece, 1989, with definitive Tuatara design. I do love a good Tuatara coin. Okay, here's something a little bit different. 1992, this is Russia. 1992, 20 rubles. Continuing on with our friends in the USA, that does potentially have a mint mark on it. 1964, does that say? Looks like I'm going to have to look at that one under the microscope, but you must will have told you what this is. Potentially something exciting. It may not be, who knows. Alright, now we've got 20 cents from Singapore again, 1986 there, 1986, 10 cents from Singapore. 20 cents from Singapore, I don't know why I said 10 cents. Where is my brain gone? We are getting through this bag. It is going to be a lot of repetition, as I say, but there are some other things in it, like this one from 1999, which comes to us, 10 cents, 10 euro cents. And the country is, well, they had a king. I'm not going to guess that. I will look this up on you, Mr. Details in the corner will have told you exactly where it's from. That's kind of cool. Ooh, here's one which is going to need to get itself quarantined. This is something. That looks Canadian. Yeah, I'm going to say blah, 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 Canada. I'm going to say 1 cent from Canada. I'm going to stick that down there. I will have to put that on the microscope to see actual details on it. Ooh, pre-decimal New Zealand with a huia bird on it. 1964, this is sixpence from New Zealand. Lovely find. Next up, we're back to Singapore, 1986, and this is another 10 cent piece. Okay, or a 10 cent piece. Back to New Zealand with 5 cent Tuatara. Not really in the best of conditions, 1972. little handful finishes up with the Netherlands, Queen Juliana again. This is coin aligned for a start. 1985 cents. 1980. That's nice. I reckon we've got time for 3 final coins. 3 final coins. We're going to start off with 1978, 10 cents from Sri Lanka, or Ceylon, followed up by something a little bit different, which I've just thrown away. This looks like it may be Chinese. Don't know. You will find the details on screen as to what this is. I will have looked it up and used a date calculator to work out what it is. And we are finishing up with the 1986, 1 cent Canada. Not the best condition, but definitely better than this one over here. So that's our hunt today. Let's have a look at my new Mr. homepage and see what's changed today. And as we do that, I'll remind you that down in the description of this video there are links to New Mister and to the site I use to convert dates. You will also find links to my social media and my email if you'd like to get in touch with me. If you believe this video deserved a like, I'd appreciate it if you could like it, and I'd appreciate it if you haven't yet, if you could subscribe. My star find of the day. I'm going to give my star find of the day to this one because I do love the shape of it. I don't know what this is yet. I haven't looked at New Mister, but that will tell us what it is. Let me know down in the comments which coin you liked the best. I think we've got one more hunt left out of this bag. So I will see you next week for that. And I will be back tomorrow with a $1 coin hunt, which is going to be epic. I'll see you then. Bye.